Good morning, my viewers. I'll take this opportunity to welcome you and even to thank you for taking your time to listen to this video. This morning, I would like to give the tribute to our great author, Ngugi Wathìongo, who passed on recently. Ngugi Wathìongo, as an author, he made great impact in Kenya in the field of literature, English literature in English. He made a lot of changes in the Department of Literature in the University of Nairobi. And his books, especially for those who read literature in English in 70s, his book, The River Between, is one of the books which is memorable, and it has stuck in the lives of students who did it as a set book, even up to date. Ngugi Wathìongo, as an author, it's important to pinpoint that authors are the mirrors of the society, and his main focus of his writings has been the field of culture, the cultural revolution, and the impact of colonialism and new colonialism. I'm not going to go to all the books which he has written, but I'm going to single out The River Between. There is The Petals of Blood, and there is The Death on the Cross. Now, in Death on the Cross, he tries to portray the impact of new colonialism, the impact of capitalism in the society, and the disillusion of the freedom fighters. In the book Death on the Cross, there is the character called Wangari. Wangari was a freedom fighter, and she played a very major role in fighting for Kenya's independence. When we got independence, Wangari's dreams were shattered. With her 2 acres of land, she got a loan from Kenya Commercial Bank, a loan of 5,000, whereby she bought a cow. And after the cow handicraft, she only realized that even after selling the milk could only pay the interest. Finally, the cow died, and she was not able to pay the loan. And so what did the bank do? The bank auctioned a piece of land. So now, what Wangari did, she went to Nairobi. She was from a place called Morogi. And so she thought that since we have got independence, she is going to get a job. So she went to Nairobi, and she was moving from one place to another, from one shop to another, expecting that she is going to get a job. But she was met with a lot of disappointment. Things were not what she thought, especially with the Asians, because they were the ones who had owned a number of shops, especially along River Road. And it was very shocking to Wangari. They were even surprised that she thought she would think she would get a job. She would get to Wasungus. She asked them, even if there's no job, I can get as a house manager. She was told no. She goes to an hotel. Those people laughed at her. When she even asked them, can't I not get a job even of washing the toilets? They said no. And then, to great humiliation, she went to another Asian shop, and the Asian laughed at her, and he told her, you are fit for nothing unless you get involved in prostitution. Wangari types the disillusionment of the freedom fighters who thought that life is going to change. In the book called The Song of Lawino and Osho by Okot Pimpitek, a Ugandan, Okot Pimpitek asked in that book, when you got independence, were you expecting the following day the dew is going to turn to gold and then your life is going to change? It will be an open sesame. There was a lot of disillusionment to freedom fighters. People thinking their life is going to change. But things did not happen that way. There is unfulfilled dreams. Even up to date, 2025, the dreams people had of how independence is going to change their lives. They will not be paupers. They will not be missing food. They will be able to take their children to school. They thought their children, even after they have sold the land to pay fees, they thought their children, after finishing into school, finishing some even universities, some with 3 degrees, with 2 degrees, but they are jobless, although they are armed with their certificates. It is the sad reality of our society. They have been disadvantaged. They thought it would be independence, will be an open sesame to their lives. But where? There is now the aspect of poverty. You can have political independence, but you will not be having economic independence. And that is why I would like to encourage you to read two of my books, The Broken Promise, The Kenyan Dream from 1963 to date, and also Community Development in Kenya. Then another character in that book, Devil on the Cross. I'm not going to talk about all the characters, but I think along the way, I will one day sample some few characters in that book, Devil on the Cross, because it has got a relevance in our today's Kenya. The Devil on the Cross is it's like George Orwell's book, The Animal Farm, which is a satire, where George Orwell uses animals to represent the human beings. Ngugi Wathìongo, though is in Devil on the Cross, has not used satire, but the type of the characters, the men and women in those books, men who are selfish, egoistic, and self-centered, they are given names which portray their character. Now, what am I trying to say? In those books, The Broken Promise, you read and you get more. And then, Community Development in Kenya. So, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say Wangari the Wangaris of this world are being disillusioned. And then, in that book, Devil on the Cross, we have got the character called Waringa. Waringa, she had done a course in typing, and she got a job. But then, when she got a job in a big company, who the manager was called Boss Kiara, could not let her alone. Even after getting the job, Boss Kiara, a church elder, and a person with a family, very well respected in the realm of religion, wanted to take advantage of Waringa, wanted to have an affair with Waringa, but Waringa withstood him. Then after she lost her job, she had to move from office to office. But the sad thing is one song which the Kenyan society offices were singing to Waringa. Everywhere, the bosses wanted to sleep with Waringa. And in that book, it portrays that the aspect of merits in many companies, many organizations, has been thrown through the window. There is the problem now of connection in our present Kenya. Matters whom you know. It matters if you are from a great name for you to get a job. And in that book, it is portrayed that Kenya, in many places, they will sing one song to girls. The appointment letters, according to that book, employment are signed on their thighs. That is where appointment letters are signed. So you find that the Waringas of this world, they suffer. Men, rich men, want to take advantage of them. The sponsors and the rest, because these are disadvantaged people with nothing. This is the sad story of the Waringas and the Wangaris of this world. I hope with the time, I'm going to talk more, as I've pointed out, about the characters. So there is a great tribute I'm giving to Ngugi Wathìongo as a writer. His legacy will remain. He will long be remembered because of the books which he has written and what he has written in his books, even the grain of wheat and the wizard of the crow. All these books, what he has written is going to outlive his life. I would encourage you to read. Though it is said Kenyans are poor leaders, much as you may pay tribute to Ngugi Wathìongo and other authors and other writers, you are not going to do much without reading their books because they can change their lives. During 1982, when people are rooting things in Nairobi, the only place which were not rooted are the bookshops. Many Kenyans don't see the value in books, yet it's gold in them. If you want to hide your money at home, hide it in the book, and you'll be sure your money will be safe. Thank you very much. It's Muteru Kwaru, your family therapist and a relationship coach. I hope you have enjoyed a short tribute to Ngugi Wathìongo, who made a lot of change and worldview, different perspective in the world of writing. Thank you very much. Have a great morning. Thank you.